Can't you send someone any sooner? The clock is ticking, and I need this resolved ASAP.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any adventurers available at this instant. Your timing is most optimal. Allow me to introduce Yuning, manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to...
Traveler? Ugh, Yunjin is always talking about you. Please, you've gotta help us find her. Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was a short note. If our audience doesn't get to see Yunjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down. I mean, what am I supposed to do, huh?
That's what I said too, but...
Look, when you're a megastar like Yunjin, you gotta start taking things a little more seriously. Saying she'll be back doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her own safety. Why does she have to go and practice somewhere so dangerous? What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience? Well then, what if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
As you can see, this is what we're up against. Would you be willing to accept this commission?
Oh, wonderful. Ugh, thank the stars. Please, you've got to bring her back, safe and sound.
How? I had only just... Yeah.
Stabilize!
Hey! Emerge! Right now.
Tidal wave!
Oh, it's you. I do apologize. I didn't see you there. What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just thinking of scheduling a meeting with you later. I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places. Ah, I see. So Yunning sent you. I did tell her not to worry. Oh, but on this occasion, it seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped me avert a major catastrophe. It's a pity, though. I was so close to achieving the state of mind that Shenhe was talking about. Do you remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation. Granted, she later admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others. But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity, and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance. If access to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation of the character and her actions, well, surely it will take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here. You've defeated an ancient god before. How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here with me? I suppose I had better return to Liyue Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yuning. I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip. I suppose only time will tell.
Perfect weather for fishing. The sound of the rain scares them away, but once it stops, they're yours for the taking.
Can you put a few more adventurers on the case or something? The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in her. Ah, they've returned.
Yuning, we're back.
Yunjin, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show? You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience. We're just lucky we had the Traveler to help out. What if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience,
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree? While I'm off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting ability, even the slightest amount, I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, Ugh, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
So, what's your honest opinion? I'm glad you agree. Right, then let's get preparing.
Hey, Traveler, get over here! You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea? The next show is just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you, help me convince her that at the end of the day, she's gotta fall in line. Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible, but at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show. No more thrill-seeking.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm going to...
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The Traveler was saying, Come on, help me stall her.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me? You want to become an actor?
You do? Oh, yes, of course she does. She was just telling me that she's interested in exploring her dramatic side and, would like you to give her some coaching. Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
Oh, please. This is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now she's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now. Whew. I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me. But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders, that do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another, there's no need to call me master. What? Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later. Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope. I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Whew, what a relief.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
Good. You're right on time. Punctuality is an essential quality if you want to make it big in the acting world. Without it, you won't be able to keep on top of all the work you need to do each day. Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question. How many pigeons flew from the bridge when you were passing through? Close. It was 7. Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation. Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion. You must train your eyes to be bright, active, and strong. Watching the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but also cultivate attentiveness. Indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice. All in good time. Grasping all the techniques involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process. Let's start from the very beginning, with some general theories to help you better understand the concept of performance. Of course, I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic. For example, let's start with something simple. How would you perform yourself? Try to relive the events of that day when you were battling against an ancient god and fighting off the Fatui. What can you see? What did you feel? Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day. Take a deep breath. Now, gradually, embrace the scene, immerse yourself in it, and let all the emotions back in. Good, good. So that's how you felt. Next, I'd like you to focus on the goal you wanted to achieve at that time. Good, yes. Use that. Okay, good. Now, all of this overwhelming emotion is welling up inside of you, and I want you to let it all out. All at once. Go. Stop. Wrong. This is all wrong. There's no emotion, no soul. Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice at all. I couldn't hear you fighting for your life while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you. What I heard was the sound of someone doing vocal exercises by the beach on a calm day. Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices. You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help evoke the emotions you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Guyunstone Forest. Oh? Too far away? Don't worry, I was just thinking aloud. Besides, even at Guyunstone Forest, we'd still have trouble recreating the state of the sea that day. Let's try something else. Come with me to the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor. If you've got no objections, let's head off. The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character just like that. I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind, but what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death. But you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before. Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you. Such as... you bust a gut trying to find a treasure chest, only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes. Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate. But if you're replaying the kind of actions you perform every day, you just need to let go, and your subconscious will guide you through. Come, show me how you normally fight. You can start with monsters nearby. Don't overthink it. Just fight like you normally do.
There's still a long road ahead.
Keep your eyes wide.
They're coming. Just do what you normally do in this situation. Right here. Emerge.
Bring it on.
Everyone help me!
Gather!
Oh, that was wonderful. Such deft and fluid movements. Just like a real adventurer. Let's perform the scene again now, while the battle is still fresh in your mind. Look at those red-clad scarecrows. But I want you to see them instead as those Fatui who brandish the sacrificial knives. Now, let us reenact the battle on the Jade Chamber. It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replace them with the movements you are most familiar with. And... attack! The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work. your movements in terms of technique, but Fatui are larger than most monsters. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low. And you also didn't strike with enough force. Overall, it was just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience enough so that it makes an adequate substitute for the scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task. Still, this was only your first time trying this method, and all things considered, I think you've done quite well. But judging from your movements, I think this next method might suit you a little better. Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance. Every movement, every facial expression, even your emotions. And rehearse it thoroughly. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down every detail of the character you want to portray in your mind. And then work through them methodically and find ways to bring them out. Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move. It's complicated to explain, but once you give it a try, I think you'll get the hang of it. Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario? The Fatui in red want to attack the Guizhong Ballista, and the heavyweight guards in blue want to try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds. Yes, I think that sums it up. There's an open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come and find me. Well, have you finished rehearsing? No need to rush. I shall guide you with my voice. 'Now that was a little better. You managed to bring out more of that fearless hero quality that time. My hard work coaching you has finally paid off. This method might not sound as sophisticated and exciting as the first two, but it's the most popular choice for teaching beginners. Rigorous rehearsal and vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. It even works on those whose performance lacks emotional depth at first. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery one way or another. Either your finely honed skills become a good substitute for innate talent, or the process of honing your skills cultivates genuine talent within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song. I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to developing as a performer. Well, because even if I had, you wouldn't have put your heart into it. It's been written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show. Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it? Still, this is a rare opportunity, and I hope you have at least learned something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue Opera too. Yes, as well as coaching you today, I have also been closely observing every move you make. Do you remember the basics of the final method? Don't you think there's a striking similarity between you, who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play? With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character. Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences, and imitating others are all valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I can't move the audience without conveying emotion. And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is, as long as it offers something that can improve my performance, I will always give it a try. Thank you for trying them out as well. It means a lot to me. And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class. Graduation ceremony? I'm afraid that's still a long way in the future. For now, I hope to incorporate part of you into my performance of the Divine Damsel. But one day, I hope to write an opera all about you. When that day comes, I hope you will be able to join me on stage and give me some constructive criticism. It'll take a lot of hard work to reach the point where you're ready to go on stage. But I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way. Here we go again. So old-fashioned. Then again, I suppose I will have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if I won't let you call me master, teacher, or coach, I've got to think of something you can call me. I've got it. You can call me mentor. What do you think?
Can you put a few...
Please have faith in...
Yunning. No.
Look, you have to take better. We're just lucky.
Well, while I'm off stage...
You know, you...
So?
Exactly. Just think of...
Why do you make it sound like they are coming to see me, and not the show?
Well, same difference, isn't it?
I don't think so. They seem quite different to me. Well, either way, you're quite right. I mustn't let down our audience, especially those who came from afar. And I certainly mustn't make you come out looking for me again. So I suppose I will put my training exercises on hold for a while.
Whew. I'm glad to know that the brightest star in my troupe is finally gonna start listening to reason. I'm gonna head back and see how the set is coming along. Don't go disappearing on me again.
All right. I'll head back and do some rehearsing. It's no substitute for first-hand experience, but it should still help me iron out a few issues. Speaking of which, I haven't even thanked you properly for saving me. If you are free after the show, come and find me at Hayu Tea House.
Angelic voice.
That was wonderful.
Liyue opera is really something, but Liyue opera performed by Miss Yun, now that's something else. Thrilling performance. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Your reputation is well deserved.
Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing the talented Miss Yun on stage many a time in the past, but the songs still sound fresh and new every single time. It's been barely a few days.
Oh, you're far too kind, both of you. I'm still new to the profession, but I promised myself when I joined the troupe that I would strive to develop myself as a performer every day, and I wouldn't be where I am now without everyone's faithful support.
Nonsense, you're too humble, Miss Yun. You're a major celebrity.
In the... As it happens, I have a business meeting at the Xinyu so
Me too. I booked a table at the Liuli Pavilion and it was...
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to both of you, but I won't be able to make it. I'm very grateful for the invitations, but I'm afraid I already have arrangements for this evening. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Okay, you have plans, but you're really gonna pass Wait a second, you're... Well, I guess it's not going to work out today, then.
They took off pretty quick. Do they know something I don't? I guess I'll be leaving too. Wouldn't want to cramp your style.
Take care, both of you. Sorry that I can't see you off. Whew. Thanks for coming to my rescue. Again. Look at you. You're a national treasure. Even Gentry outside is in awe of you. I feel a little sorry for Xinyu Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. I just hope the food won't go to waste. I don't think we'd be able to get a seat this late, but it's fine. I have a better place we can go. Let's head downstairs. I owe you a big thank you tonight.
Miss Yun? Oh, wow, it's really you!
Hey, get back here. Oh, ditzy girl, you don't have a clue what you're...
Are you a journalist? If you'd like to arrange an interview, you'll have to liaise with my manager.
Sorry, Miss Yun. Don't mind her. She's just new and still learning the ropes. We'll leave you...
Miss Yun, I'm interested to know why you added a silk dance to the scene where the divine damsel makes her appearance.
You noticed that?
Yes, based on the original script, that scene would see your character perform the Adeptus Walk. But the addition of the silk dance meant that the whole way you carried yourself was so much more...
Animated.
Yes, but
Oh, sorry. Which publication are you from? How come I haven't met you before?
well...
yeah, we're from the Steambird. I am Boy Yi, the editor-in-chief. We were based in Fontaine. Just recently we made the move back to Liyue.
Oh, I see. You're from the Steambird. Then it's no wonder. Your journalist has clearly done her research.
That's very kind of you, but...
Hey, Miss Yun is throwing you a bone here. Make the most of it, okay?
Actually, I'm afraid there's somewhere I need to be. And I'd really need to clear this interview with my manager. Yes, you're right. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid the troupe is pretty strict about the rules for this kind of thing. so we'll have to do this one by the book. Please liaise with my manager, and we can do this interview another day. The Steambird is a highly reputable publication, so I'm sure my manager won't give you a hard time. Once the interview is arranged, I'll be very happy to answer any and all questions you have.
But... fair enough. Sorry.
Yes, I'm coming. Bye, Miss Yun!
Hey, wait! That's the wrong way if you wanted to talk to my manager. Oh well, never mind. I have a friend who works for a paper. I'll ask them later. For now, though, the top priority is making good on our plans. Now that I think about it, I've turned down 3 social engagements tonight. Come with me. Our plan is the only one remaining, so let's make the most of it. I can smell the fragrance of food in the air. Yes, Churhu Rock is definitely the place to go after a performance. Oh, you're a fan of Chef Mao's cooking too? Wanmin Restaurant's blackback perch stew is hot, spicy, and fresh. But it's not kind on the throat, so unfortunately I can't eat much of it. Also, it's a bit cramped in there. I prefer open-air restaurants. Hey, have you been to Chen the Sharp's place before? His grilled tigerfish is the best around. Third Round Knockout and Wanmin Restaurant are both great restaurants. But when it comes to barbecue, this is the place to go. Enjoying some nice food and drink, sitting by the hot coals in the cool breeze? Let's go.
Tigerfish! Grilled tigerfish, hot off the grill! Oh, hey there. Is this a Miss Yoon which I see before me? It's been a while. What'll it be?
Yes, please. I'm out with my friend today. Let's start with a plate of stir-fried meat and a handful of skewers. And of course, some grilled tigerfish. 2, please. One with just a hint of chili, and the other one,
Got it. Your grilled tigerfish will be ready soon. Do you want any drinks with that? Yeah, I don't advertise it though, because it's just something I'm experimenting around with. Miss Yun likes a drink with her barbecue, so I ended up getting her to try them out. So would you two like some tea, or?
Anything new?
Well, I managed to scrounge some milk from Dongsheng next door. A merchant from Mondstadt told me a while back that there's this popular drink doing the rounds there called milk tea. I tried my hand at making it too, but the response has been kind of lukewarm. Still way off being ready to add to my menu.
Tea with milk? Sorry, milk tea? It might not be the best thing for my throat, but if I'm just having a little taste, I mean, I think it should be fine. Oh, but what about you? Anything you want to drink? Okay, let's get yours in first. And then, I'll have one of each if that's all right. I'd like to try them all.
Okie dokie. And here's your tigerfish, fresh off the grill.
Come on, let's enjoy it while it's still hot. Piping hot barbecue and a nice cool drink is the best sensation. That was great. Shame about these drinks, though. I only had a little sip of each one, so there's a lot left over. Well, I mean, I could just drink them, but they're a little bland for me. Nothing that special. I guess he must have toned down the flavors to make them palatable for a wider range of customers. We could just add some flavor back in? In fact, do you know the hot pot game? Let's play the hot pot game with the leftover drinks. I'll add some extra ingredients based on my tastes, then you try to guess what I added. Sound good? Don't worry. After mixing in the new ingredients, I'll also drink half, so I won't add any weird stuff. We don't need to worry about every last detail. Come on, I'll go grab some ingredients from the shop next door. Once you've psyched yourself up, come and join me.
Welcome to Second Life.
Okay, get ready. Oh, and no peeking. It's ready. Let me try it first. Pretty good. Your turn. Huh? Oh, just regular facial expression control. Besides, it's nothing that unusual. I think it tastes okay, doesn't it? So did you work out what ingredients I added? Close, but not quite. We can try some more combinations next time. I wonder what kind of new flavors I could create with some more traditional teas, like pine nectar or snow blossom. I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Huh. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on stage. So ultimately, yes, I am not the same person on stage as I am off stage. Sometimes, when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof. I can write back, but I have to be very careful about what I say. Likewise, when I get invited along to banquets and so on, I have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed the whole night. I bought you one drink, okay? That's not a license for you to start saying weird stuff like that. Well, never mind. You seemed like you were being sincere. I'll let it go. All I was trying to say is that everyone has many different sides to their personality. And if you get fixated on just one of those, there's so much you'll never discover about a person. I mean, if we hadn't had the chance to hang out and chat like this tonight, there are things about you I might never have gotten to see. Like the mighty and distinguished traveler, diligently reviewing my hot pot drinks. Me? Serious? On stage, I guess. But off stage? Just think of me as another one of your friends. Just one who happens to have a flair for the dramatic. So, friend, what shall we do next? Something to remember today by? Get a photo? You mean capture this happy moment for posterity so we can look back on it later? Sounds good. Let's have the food stall in the background. Now how should I pose? It looks good. I hope whenever you look at this photo in the future, it will remind you of the good time we had today. Hold on. How is one photo going to be enough? We'll both need one if we want something to remember each other by. You take this one, and I'll take another photo of you. But could you find another location for us? I'm thinking somewhere around Feiyun Slope with a good view. I'll join you in a moment. I have something to prepare here first. Sorry to keep you waiting so long. You'll see. The view here is great. The lights, the buildings, it's the ideal spot. I could see you chose it carefully. Yes, this angle is perfect. Okay, strike a pose and close your eyes. Yes, please. Quickly now. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
We can try some... I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just... Well, people do so in that sense, but there are many more. Sometimes I can write back. You think so? So you prefer the way I am on stage too? It's fair enough. After all, every detail of my onstage presence, from the songs to the costumes and makeup, is carefully crafted for maximum appeal. And I've worked hard to try and cultivate an image that appeals to everyone, regardless of age or gender. But if I can't lighten up and joke around, even with my closest friends when I'm off stage, that's a real bummer.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Never mind.
I'm just
Talking
exploring
about
options.
this
I'm
is
so
just
sorry.
going to kill the mood. Tonight was about me showing my gratitude to you. So, did you have a good time?
But I really
Is
liked
there
that
anything else
previous
you
ending,
want?
by
Like something to remember the
I
evening
liked the
by?
two endings so far.
A souvenir, perhaps? Anything you can think of? Okay, here you go. Well, people ask me for autographs all the time. Usually what they want is a signed picture of me on stage. Apparently that makes it more valuable. Yunning suggested that I keep a bunch of them on hand at all times to make things easier.
Ah, yes! That one is a picture from the Divine. I have one.
Hey, are you guys talking about Miss... I have one in the store too.
Well, what do you think? Is this souvenir valuable enough for you?
Welcome to Second Life.
Oh, that's
Guaranteed.
a bad ending. I was just exploring dialogue options. I didn't even think it was that. I thought it was down to if you succeeded with a game or not. Oh dear. Oh, that's horrible. Just ruin the friendship
We can try
speedrun.
some more combinations next time. I wonder... I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just thinking... Well, people... So in that sense, I can't say... But there are many... Sometimes I can write... Well, all I was trying to... I mean, like the mighty and distinguished traveler. Thespian maybe. But I don't think I'm old enough to be called stuffy just yet. Just think of me as another... So, friend, what shall we do? Get a photo? Sounds good.
Crap, come on again.
No time to lose.
I can smell the fragrance of food. Oh, so third round knockout has a great view. It's the... But at the same time... Hey, have you been to third round knockout and enjoying some nice... Look...
Tigerfish! Oh, hey there. Is this a...
Yes, please. And of course, and the other one,
Got it. Do you want any drinks with that? Yeah, I don't have. Miss Yun likes a drink, so would you two like... Well, I meant a merchant from Mon. I tried my hand in...
Tea with milk? Oh, but what about you? Okay, well, I'll have one of each.
Okie dokie.
Come on. Shame about these drinks, though. Well, I guess he must have... In fact, do you know that... Let's play the hot pot game. I'll add some extra... Don't worry. After me... we don't... Okay, get ready. Oh, and no peeking. Huh? Oh, just... Besides, it's nothing that unusual. I think it tastes so... So did you work out what ingredients I added? You guessed them all correctly. You seem to have a well-developed palate. We can try some more... I can't wait to try it out. Huh. So in that sense, but there are... Sometimes I can write... All I was trying... I mean, like the mighty and distinguished me? See, just think of me. So, friend, get a photo? Sounds good.
Hey!
Are you...
Sorry, Miss Yun.
Miss Yoon.
You...
Yes.
animated?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. We were based in...
Oh, I see. Then it's no wonder...
Hey!
Actually... But what about our plans? Really? Okay, sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Yoon.
Great! Thank you both kindly. Let's find a quiet place and get this interview underway.
Oh, I see. So that's why you added the silk dance in this scene.
Yes, exactly. Doing it this way not only allows for more physicality in my movement, it also means I can make better use of the stage and transition into the scene more quickly.
Ah, okay. So there was even more to it than I thought. So, wouldn't it make sense to contrast this with the Dongtong Appassionato section that comes directly afterward by making the latter a...
I think I know which section you're talking about.
Sorry. What am I saying?
No, it's okay. It's an interesting idea for sure. I'll give it some thought. Thanks for the suggestion.
Really? Wow, I'm so honored.
Shuryun, maybe it's time to move on to some of the things our readers would like to know about,
Oh, okay. I was also going to ask for your opinion on the set and the costumes.
Yes, well, I'm sure Miss Yun has countless, but, not all of our readers are quite so. A lot of them really just want to know more about you. You know, what does Yunjin do?
Excuse me? When I'm off stage?
You know, you're a major celebrity, and a lot of our readers are interested to know what life is like.
Besides rehearsing, a day in my life isn't really any more interesting than anyone else's.
Nonsense. Of course it is. Just think how many people were at your show earlier. They come from all over just to show their support. In fact, a relative of mine has a daughter who's been saying she wants to broaden her horizon.
Oh. It's against the rules of the opera troupe to accept private gifts from patrons. Could someone out there be accepting gifts for the troupe under false pretenses? I must get Yunning to look into it.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Just something she said. Forget I brought it up. So, I saw Gentry Moutsai and the Snezhnayan gentleman come down from upstairs. Are they patrons of your shows, too? So, what are your thoughts on Snezhnayan if...
I'm sorry. This is my first interview, and my notes are becoming a total mess. I might need a moment to pause and reorganize them a little. Otherwise, I'll never be able to work all this into an article.
Don't be ridiculous! Stopping an interview halfway through to organize your notes? What are you talking about?
Oh. I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been asked questions like these. The last time it happened, Yunning stopped the interview for me. But the next day, the tabloids were full of articles like "Dramatic Exit, Yunjin storms out of interview," and "Miss La-di-da opera star is too good for our questions." Yeah. So from then on, Yunning said all interview requests have to go through her. I used to think I could hold the troupe together just by putting on a good performance. But now, I have to make sure I concentrate on my actions off stage too. Oh, you mean Fanarya and that crowd? I cherish them as members of my audience too, but there aren't many people like them who can appreciate all the nuance in a single viewing. How did Shuryun end up working with an editor like that guy? Something feels wrong there. Ugh. They could be back at any moment, so I should stay here for now. But could you go look into it for me? If you find out anything, come straight back here and let me know. He must have left the tea house by now. Let me...
Quake!
This world is full of...
In the past, Yunjin was briefly my most desired 4-star. So unfortunately, I don't feel quite as much about Genna now, because it's just been so long now, that was months ago. She hasn't gotten any screen time since. This is my first time seeing her in a long time now, actually. Oh yeah, there was a point where I was like willing to spend over like 50 summons just to get her, and unfortunately I didn't.
Need to end a few enemies?
She's one of the few 4-stars I'm missing. Yeah, so she used to be one of my favourite characters in the game. Now, probably not. If I wouldn't say it's because she's bad or anything, just because she hasn't unfortunately gotten a lot of screen time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 5 4-stars. And apparently, we just had Mika. Mika was on Eula's banner. But people are saying... Oh yeah, also Kujosawa, 6. People are saying that Sucrose is going to be in the 4.1 on the Venti banner, which is interesting. Yeah, I definitely want Sucrose because I've heard she's insanely strong. And I know she has Suck in her kit, so I'm interested in her. Poor Mika does not have many applications. None that I'm interested in. I didn't realize I could do this. Why don't I do this? Oh shit. The energy restoration is... So that's the energy she actually restores to allies? Okay, that explains how she's a really good support. Wow. Elemental burst damage increased based on the energy cost. Okay. Also, yeah, here's the thing. Cooldown 10 seconds, duration 25. Does it only go on cooldown once it runs out, or does it have like a uptime ratio that is just that crazy good? And then here's her burst. Oh, I can't try to look at Fruit House. Fruit House. Here we go. So it increases her attack based on her current max HP. Oh, it has a duration of 9 seconds? I thought it was like 4 or 5 seconds. There's a cooldown of 16 seconds, so there's over 50% skill uptime ratio, which for like a sub DPS that'd be pretty good. For an active DPS, like that's all. But I think, of course, the point is that you then use those 7 seconds downtime to set up on your other characters, which seems about fine. I mean, just considering like if you're running Xingqiu and Yilan, just using their bursts alone is probably going to take 4 seconds between the two of them. So that'll leave you 3 seconds to use their skills to get some quick orbs. So yeah, it's more reasonable than it sounds, probably. Attack bonus gained this way cannot exceed 400% of Hu Tao's base attack. Her base attack at max level is like 500 and something, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I heard that she has like one of the worst base attack stats out of any character in the game. How's her skill damage? It's okay. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting. But, okay, like, about 4% of max HP. That's okay. I wasn't expecting that 400% limiter. It's not too bad of a limiter, but it definitely is a limiter. Here we go. Charge attacks apply the Blood Blossom effect. What the fuck does that mean? Pyro damage every 4 seconds. Okay, interesting. So it's kind of just like an extra buff to her charge attacks? Right, yeah, it does gain a damage boost when you're low HP, but not a significant one. I would have thought it's like double damage. No, it's not even. It's not even like 30%. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this passive and being puzzled by it, and yeah, I still am. What? Why is this in a kit? Why is this DPS character? Why does she have a support passive? Is it bizarre? I mean, I suppose it's just powering up your substats. I mean, the thing is, yeah, that's bizarre, because that's after it ends, so that time you're supposed to be spending is supposed to be spent on setup. And so if you're setting up, then you don't have any active effects. So you're not getting any benefit out of this script. This is bizarre. Why is this here? It's like the worst thing you could possibly give her, as far as I'm aware. Why? Why? Maybe there's something I'm just not thinking of, but I mean, her signature team has always been Xingqiu Yilan. Always. She was specifically designed for that. But this is actively contrary to that, as far as I can tell. Bizarre. Oh, okay. That's why they like to be low health. Yeah, that's a solid damage boost. Yeah, that's respectable. So that's. I mean, what I was expecting something to be. I was expecting like boosts damage by a portion of HP. Bonus is increased when below half health. But yeah, what the fuck is this? What is the point of this passive? I feel like there's no way they just give us to her for no fucking reason. There's got to be some really good purpose to this, which I just can't think of. And again, it applies to everyone except Hu Tao. Why not? Just be on Hu Tao. Because at that point, her main damage source is gone anyway. So, oh, what? And also, yeah, so she wants all of her skills leveled up quite an extent. Though her burst is probably the lowest priority, actually. Why does someone say you use the C1? Alright. I mean, that's not too bad. It's only 25. It's 25 out of, like, 260 or something? It's not bad. Whenever you use it, it lasts for 8 seconds. That's long enough for you to completely regenerate your stamina. More or less. So yeah, I don't see how people say that's, like, necessary. Oh, okay. Another crit rate buff? Oh. Whoa. Okay, so she becomes extremely tanky. And she gets guaranteed crits. Whoa, that's something. Wait, that is also a C6. Okay, actually, yeah, let's just look at some like characters' kits. Why don't we? That's a shame it's just a flat 50 and doesn't can't be influenced by anything else. Okay. So, this is basically just the same passive, just split into 2 different parts. So if you have 250 elemental mastery or more, then that's equal in strength to this. Yeah, that's literally... That's weird, but alright. Okay. Okay. Oh. Just they want you to run it as a DPS, that kind of sucks. Alright, so there's an extra damage boost, that's cool. GG. So of course everyone hates GG and I want to know why. Oh, is she a DPS? It says her normal charge attacks. Okay. Okay, so there's some healing going on. Oh. See, she's really heavy on healing. Okay, yeah, I can get why people don't like her right now. Yeah. That doesn't seem very good. What does D-Luke have going on? It just 3 slashes and then gives in a Pyro Infusion. Or is it passes? Okay, that kinda sucks. Yeah, yeah, poor D-Luke. He doesn't have much going on. Right, Venti. Let's see. What the fuck do you actually do again? Yeah, so he does have just a standard attack. Supposedly a DPS character. That's a pretty high numbers. Yeah, it is what you're running for. Oh! Oh wow, it lasts 8 seconds, only has a cooldown of 15, and has an energy cost of only 60? Oh. That definitely has some appeal. Oh yeah, that's a shame. I remember reading this actually, yeah. It's... Ooh. Basically, he has no passive, he's missing a passive. I mean, this could be good for like plunging attack builds, but I imagine like all the characters are like those have something else in their kit anyways. You'd never benefit from using this kind of thing. Oh, that's kind of actually interesting. And also, yeah, that's potentially that's a whole last quarter of its energy cost, which is pretty good. And restoring it for characters with other elements, that's also pretty good support. Alright. Yeah, so you definitely run him for the sack. Albedo, what the fuck do you actually do? Oh, okay, we got a lot of text. He's a Geodea? He's a Geodea. When opponents within the field take damage, it will deal AoE Geo. That's literally the same as Dea. 2 second cooldown. That's less than Dea. Dea's is 2.5 seconds, just like Nahida. When a character's... what? Oh yeah, it lifts him up to a height, so that's like plunging attacks. It allows you to do plunging attacks. I know that. Does it buff plunging attack damage? No, I thought it would. Oh, what? A cooldown of 4 seconds? That's quite a steal. Now it's a Geo construct, which means John Lee can hit it to deal like triple damage. And I know this boosts elemental mastery. AoE Geo. Wow, okay, so yeah, it's cheap. And you can use it quite often. 72%. And it generates 7 blossoms. That's massive. That's at least 490% damage. 504% damage, and that's level 1. Okay. Okay. Oh, 125. Okay. Yeah, that's respectable. Okay, Albedo, I see what you're doing. I see what you're working with. If you weren't Geo, I honestly would probably pick him up in a heartbeat, actually. There's a lot of stuff in his kit which I really like the fucking sound of, actually. This all sounds really cool. It's just... I mean, like, to me, of course, if you're trying to make a Geo team, you're inherently kicking yourself or shooting yourself in the foot because you're using a defensive element for offensive purposes. I mean, if this was, well, yeah, it's literally just Dea, but like better. Okay, that's interesting. Zhao. I know you're all about plunging attacks. Yeah, this is very simple. A very simple skill. Just get some elemental particles going. My eyes hurt. My neck hurts. Everything hurts. Uni is pissing me off so much. Yeah, it makes him like jump really high. Attack AoE and attack damage. 58%. Only a 3-second cooldown. Huh. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see some stuff going on here. It's remarkably simple. There's definitely like several sets you'll work with. Ayaka, I just want to look at like her passives, I think. Alright. Alright, so I already know the rest of Ayaka's kit. Shenhe, I need to look at this. The damage that was increased based on Shenhe's attack. Damage bonus, 45% attack. Right. Wow. So yeah, this allows you to buff the fuck out of cryo damage by building Shenhe for just in absolutely massive attack. Okay. So it's like Bennett on steroids, but it's only for cryo characters. Got it. I mean, yeah, WoW is on steroids. Level 1, that's 45% of attack, and of course that's overall attack, that's not base attack. So even at rank 1 here, this is already like significantly better than Bennett's buff. Bennett's buff being at max rank as well. with Constellation 1. So that's crazy, okay. Oh my god, and then Cryo Shred as well. Oh, it's 6%. Why 6%? Why is that the number you chose? Okay. Good. Oh my god, even further. Wow. So yeah, she busts the shit out of Garnu, which is kind of weird that she's designed to work with Garnu, considering that, as far as I'm aware, they've never met. They do have a like similar design, honestly. Shenhe almost looks like a rejected design for Garnu that they decided to reuse. They have the same color palette, even seemingly wearing like basically the same thing. It's definitely interested in Shenhe when she next comes around. That might be it. It is crazy how many characters I actually have. Because I thought I would never get close to having all the characters, but I'm over halfway. Ugly. Yeah, so 5 stars I want. Hu Tao, Albedo, Venti, I do want Venti, Raiden of course, and Shenhe. Also Nilu. Also Linny. But everyone now, I would like everyone. If I had to put a priority order, number 1 right now is Hu Tao, then Raiden, then probably actually Venti, then Albedo. After Albedo, Nilu? After Nilu, I don't know. I don't actually know about Shenhe because of course I might move away from Garnu a little bit. Just because of course like freeze teams I can't build around optimally because I'm not using the cryo set. Is it Hu Tao, Raiden, Venti, Albedo is my current top 4. I am interested in Zhao, but again he is just like ammo damage, which is kind of unfortunate. As far as I'm aware, Zhao would just be like a worse Samush. I think they're both hyper carry DPSs as well. I don't see Zhao like particularly. I mean, his burst very much wants you to stay as him. Right, but you can just dump this and then wait for it to go on cooldown. With Samush, you need to be very committed. That music is probably audible. Right, so let's continue this. Actually, yeah, what is Jin's kit again? I remember not even liking her kit that much, but still being really interested in it. Yeah, I remember this. I really like this concept, but I thought it wouldn't actually be like strong in execution, but I thought it would be really fun still. No burst. So it's like a weird Xingqiu, but not really. Interesting.
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
Bang.
How can you be so cruel to Miss Yoon?
Shh. Keep your voice down. Whatever you got to say, it can wait until we're out of earshot. We'll both be in hot water if Yunjin finds out. What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear? I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about that?
You just don't get it. Miss Yoon has put her heart and soul into...
Enough! Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yoon to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Me? You're the one making everything up!
Well, you sure seemed pretty happy chatting to her, so don't act like you ain't a part of this. And don't forget the contract you signed. Come. We'll continue our little chat over there. You need to listen and learn, young lady. Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours? Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough to cover your salary for 2 lifetimes.
But what about us pretending to be from the Steambird?
You really think she still would have talked to you if I hadn't told that little white lie? Besides, what have you got to be afraid of? As long as we make it sound like an eyewitness account, how will she be able to refute it? Heck, if she actually presses the issue, I'll probably have to thank her for keeping it current for me.
This is horrible. I will not let you treat Miss Yoon like this.
I don't know who she thinks she is anyway. Oh, I sang a couple of shows, so now I'm a national superstar. Give me a break. No one wants to read about your sopranos or your falsettos. We give the readers what they want. That's how this business works. Case in point, that blonde gal seemed to be getting along pretty well with Yunjin. There's definitely a story there, even if there isn't.
No, that's no, don't
I'm
do that.
reporting you to the Millilith.
Report me? What for? Libel? Identity theft? Good luck with that. I haven't written anything. Where's your proof? You'd better tread carefully, Missy. First you neglect your own duties, and now you're trying to get in the way of mine? You signed the contract. You know full well the consequences. If you sabotage this interview, I will make sure you lose everything you have. I will ruin you. You understand?
Why? Oh, why did I sign that contract?
Well, think very carefully about what you're going to do. This is a rare opportunity. Now, I need to think how to phrase these interview questions.
You... Hey, wait!
Finally, a seat with a view.
Did you find anything out? I see. I knew there was something fishy about that editor-in-chief. But this is a bigger plot twist than I expected. Not yet. All he's done so far is ask a few questions. There's nothing in print yet. The Millilith wouldn't be able to do anything even if we got them involved. Besides, if we rush to report him now, it's only going to give him more material to write about. You're right. But tabloids like theirs never have permanent offices and printing presses. The moment they hear anything, they'll disappear without a trace. You've got no chance of catching them. I'm actually more concerned about another detail you told me. Would you be willing to do me another favor? I want to send a letter to that journalist. Great. Thank you. The editor should be here soon, so I'll stay here to deal with him. I'll have to rely on you to deliver the letter. If everything goes well, we should be able to get some breathing room for a while.
I've had it with you. Do you think contracts are just bits of paper? If we weren't on a tight deadline, you'd better believe I'd fire you right here on the spot.
Of course, now I am wondering, of course, is it better to build Hu Tao for HP or for attack? What's more important to her? I mean, probably a healthy mix of both. Obviously, your HP is going to scale up much faster because she's probably going to go up to like 12,000 HP at least at level 80. Well, she's going to have a lot of HP. I'm pretty sure she's like one of the highest health characters in the game. And compared to that, she has what, like one of the lowest base attacks, which is unfortunate that it's limited by a base attack. So it was like 3% of, say, 10,000. This really shouldn't be that hard. It's 10,000 minus 2 zeros, so it's 100. 100, it's 300. Okay. And so I mean, yeah, that would already be half of what Bennett gives. Of course, my Bennett is maxed out talent, almost maxed out, not actually, not quite. He still has 2 talent levels left to go. But he has full constellations and everything as well. So yeah, it is a very respectable buff. Very respectable. But yeah, not quite as cracked as I was expecting. But maybe her normal attacks combo is also like really strong, something we'll have to see.
You will stay here and reflect on your actions if you know what's good for you. Sorry, but I'm not babysitting you anymore today.
Oh, what am I going to do? You're the one who was with Miss Yun earlier. Oh, really? Miss Yun wrote me a letter? Oh, I'll read it right away. Wow. Really? I can't believe this. Miss Yun says that under Liyue law, any penalty charge I have to pay may not substantially exceed the amount of my salary. You can't have a labor contract that would completely bankrupt the employee in the event of a breach. It's not legally binding. So not only can he not get any money off of me, I can take this contract to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and blow the whistle on him. I didn't think about any of this when I was job hunting. I just signed the contract without a second thought. I always thought Miss Yun was all about opera. Who would have thought she was such a legal expert, too? If only I hadn't gone out of my way to get Miss Yun's attention in the first place, none of this would have happened. I didn't expect it to end up with Miss Yun helping fix my life problems. Well, Mr. Boyi says I'm still on probation, so he won't tell me where their work location is. Plus, I give all my draft articles straight to him, so I don't have anything in the way of evidence. I wouldn't put it past him. But The letter says that my statement and the contract are enough to get the Millilith looking into it. If Miss Yun says so, I'm sure she must be right. Let's go confront him right now.
Solidify!
Okay, I think I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly now. Unless you had any more questions?
Whoa, what can I say, Miss Yun? You have so many wonderful qualities. Let's not quit while the ball's rolling, huh? Otherwise, I'll think of something I didn't ask later, and by then, it'll be too late. So, hey, where's that, friend of yours who was here earlier? You guys seemed, pretty close. Not intentionally avoiding the interview, surely.
You're finally back. This poor gentleman's been waiting for you.
You're with Shiryun? Hey, what's going on here? Hey, Shiryun, don't forget the contract you signed.
The Traveler clued me in. This contract you made me sign? It isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Isn't worth the paper it's written on? Don't be ridiculous. It's all there, clear as day. Don't you think I did my research?
Research? Oh, so you're a news editor. But you also have an interest in law?
Yeah, she's new, and she's making a fool of herself. She doesn't get how this all works. My apologies. Now, back to our interview?
No, it's okay. In fact, I found myself delving into some legal texts recently. It's all so intricate and complicated that it's very difficult to take it all in. The contracts of our opera troupe are a case in point. I'd finally finished reading through the relevant documentation from the Yuehai Pavilion when suddenly the Qixing announced a new interpretation. So I'm just curious. How can you be completely sure that you didn't miss anything when you were researching this?
I'm pretty sure I read...
Under current legislation, the penalty terms in my labor contract are unreasonable and exploitative. I could report you to the Millilith for extortion.
Nonsense! That's ridiculous!
My goodness. Sir, it seems that we should probably bring this interview to a close here.
Don't listen to her! I run a legitimate business. Everything we do is above board.
Oh, I have no doubt about that at all, sir. But this reminds me of a case I read about not long ago. Once you get reported and the Millilith starts scrutinizing your business, well, not only do they look into every license you have and every work you've ever published, but everything down to your fire safety policy will come under their magnifying glass as well. So if you don't get back now and start preparing for their arrival, well, I mean, I don't mind continuing the interview at all. But I'd hate to take up too much of your precious time if there's any aspect of your business you want to double-check from a legal standpoint.
You? I won't forget this!
Hey, where do you think you're going? Miss Yun, why did you stop me? Right, and the contract I have is enough to get him arrested, isn't it?
I'm not a legal expert. I haven't the faintest idea. All that was just an act, aimed at getting him to show us the way.
An act? Show us the way to what? Eugene, the Millilith are after him. Based on his movements, it looks like Boyi is heading back to his headquarters. I really hope they teach these tabloids a lesson they won't forget. It'd sure make my life a lot easier.
Yes. I had Yunning report to the Millilith while you were delivering the letter for me. The penalty terms in Shiryun's contract are too severe. Even if they don't violate the law, I'm sure he must be taking advantage of some loopholes. Anyone who works like that is sure to have a guilty conscience. So all I had to do was put on a little show, starring the editor-in-chief of the Steambird. And now, he is sure to lead us to the solid evidence. Well, acting has to be authentic to be believable.
Their little publication will go out of business in no time. Good riddance, I say. I hope this gets the other tabloids to rein in their antics, too. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe we could get him to rat on some of his rival publications. Ah, I only just realized what this means. I'm going to be out of a job, aren't I?
Well, would you still be interested in submitting an article to the Steambird? But the real one this time?
Well, yes, of course. But would they really accept an article from me?
Yunning, when can we arrange the next interview for?
Oh, so now you're asking me. 2 days from now, morning. Work for you?
Okay. Shuryun, let's continue our discussion about tonight's play 2 days from now.
Does this mean I get to do a full feature interview with you? Okay. I think I know what I want to write about. Thank you, Miss Yun.
Don't mention it. I'm sure it will be a source of inspiration for both of us.
Are you ready to just think?
But...
You're ready as long as we...
This...
No one wants to... Case in point.
That...
Report me. You better... You sign... Who's there? Oh, it's you. What do you want? I'll spread a lovely little story about you and Yunjin throughout all of Liyue.
Wait a second. I was so...
Huh? What are you...
She's the traveler. You know...
What the... no need to get all worked up here.
I'm so sorry. But I'm so pleased.
Did you find anything out? I see. It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shuryun for longer. She genuinely understands opera and has a passion for it. That's not something you can act. If I had the chance to talk with her more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
Yunjin. Did you agree to another interview without notifying me? These tabloid types are total scumbags, all of them. Who knows what innocent detail he might end up turning into the next big scandal. Sure, nothing might have come of it today, but who knows where it'll go tomorrow. Short of catching them all in their lair in one fell swoop, who knows when this is going to end?
I'm sorry. I was careless on this occasion.
Well, wallowing isn't gonna solve anything. Come on, go tell everyone in the troupe to be extra cautious during this time. Gee, oh Lord, bless us. Spare us any more offstage drama.
Finally, a seat with a view.
Okay, I quite like chapter 1 as well. So yeah, I'd still say best is either Layla or Farazan, followed up by... I don't know. Yeah, that's up there, I think. It's definitely above like Goro, Sayu, Toma, Diona, Chungyun. Bennett's was just kinda funny. It had some good... Bennett's was, like, surprisingly good. I mean, yeah, the bad ones are Diona and Sayu and Goro. Thomas was, better than expected. None of them are truly bad, but I mean, who cares about Diona? Who actually gives a fuck? So I'm thinking tomorrow I do Ningguang. And then the day after that... Yeah, the day after that then the Wells, and then the next one will be Cave. And then we're done.
Osmanthus what?
Because it is pretty funny to actually, when you realise that, of course, an actual character's base attack is really, really bad. Well, you can't actually unequip a weapon.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
It's 200 base attack he has. So the base attack is actually really low. Yeah, so let's see... What's your base attack right now? 600, okay. Dragon's Bane gives 401. So, of course, 400% of that is 1,600. So, I mean, yeah, it is a limit. I would, again, in general, I don't like there being hard limits in the game. I think really the only limits there should be is just the fact that you can't infinitely level up the talents, or infinitely level up your artifacts. Otherwise, I don't think there should be limits like that. If you get some crazy good artifact, or figure out some crazy combo, you should be able to take full advantage of it, I think. But I have heard Dragon's Bane is her best in slot. And of course, that's just me that she... Yeah, I'm confused, because I thought that she wouldn't cause many vaporizers, but I guess she does if Dragon's Bane is her best in slot. But I know Deathmatch is also really good for her. Goddamn, yeah, Staff of Homer, man. So Staff of Homer, if I remember correctly, it's literally its substat is crit damage, like fucking 90% or something at max level is a lot. It gives flat out just an extra 20% HP. And then it also gives a damage, an attack bonus. It literally just gives you Hu Tao's abilities, but again, it gives 20% HP and then it gives you an attack boost based on a percentage of HP. Yeah, Staff of Home was crazy on Hu Tao. Of course, I did say I'll be starting to get interested in Weapon Banner soon. Once I have lots of characters. The thing is, I do have all the characters I need, right? So, like, I could use the Amphi if I really wanted to. I could. I just don't want to. Just because building her has been so much effort for what feels so far like very little payoff. Whereas I can quite safely trust that Hu Tao's going to have a pretty good payoff. I think it's just she's my one character with a 5-star weapon, and it does not feel like it. whatsoever. Because the good thing about Hu Tao is she isn't strictly relying on any one stat. Not even HP. Obviously, she really likes it. But also, of course, it isn't very hard to get HP. Every single character intrinsically has HP. So no matter what, you're going to get a decent amount of scaling out of her HP. Of course, Yanfei likes crit, etc., etc. Other characters like whoever's that makes them hard to build. But yeah, Hu Tao's scaling off HP is very secure, which is why it's good. Yeah, okay, so that was a good one. I'm thinking I might do trounces because of the weekly discount ones. So I might do a weekly discounted ones, and then that'll be it. I don't know, is there really one in particular I need? Hu Tao uses a Shard of Foul Legacy from Child. Same actual material as Shard, I think. What other characters am I interested in? Hey, what does Yelan use actually? Yelan and Ketchin. I can't see.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next?
Let's fight ourselves.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
A fine opportunity! Solidify!
Not bad, not bad.
Everyone
Not
will
bad.
be right here.
You've got a trick or
Emerge.
two.
Hey!
No time to lose.
Stabilize.
I think he did actually break John Lee's shield there. So yeah, it's not quite as durable as people act like it is.
Your strength is praiseworthy. I too shall use all of mine. So, you dare disappoint me?
I see everything! Right now, right here.
Stabilize.
Commit it to memory! Right now, right here. Emerge.
You're cut.
I am considering ascending John Lee to invest into his shield more. Of course, I do have quite a lot of talent books left over. Definitely enough to level his skill at least once more. Yeah, enough to level with a shield at least once more. Maybe take up to max level.
This realm... If you ever...